Right, hello there and welcome. Glorious day again. So I'm taking the opportunity to address some of these rust scabs I've got appearing on the van. Got quite a few, although I have got a bit giddy and started before I started filming. Now all here there was all rust, so I was a bit afraid that that had actually gone through into a hole, but luckily, as you can see, it hasn't. And what I'm using is one of these fibre wheels just on end of my drill, and that gets in without doing too much damage. So I've got that bit there, and then I've got this bit here just at the bottom of the door where the door shuts. Apparently it's quite a common place for these connects to rust. Now I did have all this lot done 6-7 years ago. I had all new sills fitted and what have you, and if you can see, a bit sideways, got rust on the sills here which all want cleaning up and redoing as well. So we're just going to be working his way through all that. Right, so the plan is on here, once we've got them all cleaned up like this, I've got some rust kill, so I'm going to put the rust kill on there. That sends the rust into like a bluey black colour and stops it from spreading, and then primer on top of that. Filler first, just to fill the little pit holes in, rub the filler down, then prime it, and then get some top coat on and a bit of lacquer over the top of it. So that's what we're on with. I will set a bit of a time lapse up, I think, on this one while I'm scrubbing it down, so you can see how we get on with that, and I'll catch you in a bit. As you can see, that wheel soon gets all the rust out and gets you back to nice shiny metal. I say we're going to put some treatment on there, but it's quite quick, and because it's a fibre wheel it doesn't dig into the steel like a grinding disc would, or like a big wire brush. I've just got to get this little corner out here because I can't get to that with the wheel. Right, so this is what we're using, Amorite Kill Rust. Now I have used it before and it does seem to do what it says on the bottle. It converts the rust, so it's just a matter of give it a good shake, and then I'm just going to pour it a little bit into a lid here and then paint it on, and within an hour it's supposed to change colour, and all the little pits of rust that were here, that should all turn into a bluey black colour. So I shall get some of that put on and we'll see what it does. When I can get into it, that is. Right. Pop a little bit in here. It's quite surprising, you don't need a lot of this, it goes forever. You can see it almost immediately, the white liquid is starting to go a bluey colour. to work it well in to make sure it gets into all the little pits that are left laying about. Right, that's that bit done. Right, let that set up. And as you can see, I didn't put much in that lid and we've hardly touched it. A little bit does go a long way. And as you can see, that one has already started going a different colour, so it's doing its job. Right, we'll give that an hour like it says, and I'll fetch you back and show you what it looks like when it's set up. I'm going to have a go at this bit on the back door here now. I've got to be careful with the wheel that I don't hit this plastic, so I might just get a bit of cardboard or something over that, and of course I don't want to catch any of this. It's going to be a bit tricky. I'll probably have to finish this actual corner bit off by hand. I might not get the wheel right into there, but we'll give it a whirl, see what happens. And so it's not my area of expertise this, but we'll give it a whirl, see what we get out of it. Right, got that done now. Got the rust kill on as well, so that should be doing its work. Not whether it picked up on there or not, but what I used is a scraper and just wedged it in underneath the door there to stop the abrasive wheel catching the plastic there. And then of course the corner, I just couldn't get into that, so I had to finish that by hand. The hinges, I don't really want to be taking the doors off, so I might just give them a quick rub up and maybe touch them in with some silver amorite or something and just sort them out. But I don't really want to mess about taking the doors off, taking the hinges off, because I'm working outside. I've got no way of securing the van overnight if I have to leave the door off. Right, so we'll let that do its work and have a look at the sills now. Right, as you can see, this has had a few hours now to dry off, gone totally black. So that's got that one, same with that, and same on the front there. What I'm going to do is I'm going down to my brother's garage tomorrow to finish the sills off. So I'm just going to give it a light coating of primer, just wipe it round, give it a light coat of primer, just to protect it overnight, and then we'll finish it off. Like I say, at my brother's garage tomorrow. That's the back door. It's all looking good. Right, I'll see you in the morning down at the garage. Right, morning. Right, we're here at my brother's garage. Got the car up on stands now. Gives you a better look at the state of the sills. That's what we're going to attack now. Clean them up. Right, I'll get set up and we'll get cracked. Right, as you've just seen, I've been going over all of this with the wire brush on, and it's got rid of most of it. Now next I'm just going to give it a polish up with the fibre wheel. I'll set another time lapse going and you can see how that comes up. Then once we've done that, give it some of the rust treatment and then start getting some coating on it. Right, that's got that cleaned up as much as I need, I think, all the way down. So I'm going to put some rust remedy on now and let that dry. Right, you can see that's got a nice shade of black now. That's done its job well. I'll leave that to set some more and get on the other side now. Right, what I'm starting to do now is this lip along here, cleaning that up. The rest of it's got under seal on, so I'm just going to give all this a clean up as far as I can get. I'm not going to film it because it'll just cover camera and shit, and then I'll fetch you back and show you when it's done. Right, wire brushed all this off all the way down. Oh, sorry about that. That's all wire brushed off, and as you can see on the floor, made quite a mess. It is a very dirty job. So what I'll do now is get the rust treatment on there now. You can see from there, I've already done the other side. That's already got the rust treatment on. You see how it's all gone black already. Sorry about the camera angle, but I am underneath. So that's that side done. Get this side done and then we'll get some primer on it and start stone chipping then. You can see it's put there's quite a lot come off it on the floor, lumps and what have you, but luckily no holes. So it is only surface rust. And if you're wondering, yes, it's a really messy job. So if anybody's thinking of doing it, don't wear your Sunday best. Right, this rust remedy, rust kill, whatever you're calling it, when you're painting it on, you're not so much painting it as you're using like a short brush and using it as like a scrubbing brush, and you're actually trying to scrub it in to all the little hard to get places and just make sure everything is covered. Like in there, some muck. just trying to get it everywhere you can. All the edges, try and shove it up into any little gap you can find, and make sure everything's covered, and then it all gets treated then. That's this side done. Let that cure now. I'm going to get cleaned up, bite to eat, and then we'll start priming. Right, as you can see, I've been sheeting the van up so I don't get any overspray off anything on the van, you know, where I don't want it to be. I've primed this side of the sill up, show you that. So I've got primer on that side. That's ready for stone chipping now when that dries up. I'll just set you up and then you can see it being primed on this side. Right, that's the first coat done. Give it 10 minutes, give it another coat, and then that's this side ready. Right, that's the back of the sills all primed up ready. Done both sides. Now let that dry and start stone chipping up, and we're about done for today. Right, there we are, stone chipped up. Finished off quite well, that. Other side's done as well. Now just give it 5 minutes and I'm going to do the underneath, get that all tidied up. Right, we're all stone chipped it back now. I've done quite a few other bits and bobs that I've seen as I've been going. We've got both sides done. Looks well. Hopefully that'll give me another few years before the rust starts attacking again. Right, we've got some primer over the stone chip now. That's all done, ready for paint. All sides are done, and what we've done as well is got some more primer on these bits that we're going to just try and blow in a bit. They're all primed up nicely. And there's this corner. So we're all just about ready to start painting now. So I'm going to leave the primer overnight because it's getting late, and start getting some paint on tomorrow, I think. Right, catch you later. Right, another day. Got to sort of do a bit of jiggling with the masking up, ready for the top coat. So just got the first dust coat on of silver and it's looking all right. I'll set a time lapse going and hopefully show you how the spraying's going. Right, seems to be covering quite well. That's the bit at the back door. I have to excuse the noise, I've got the fans going, drying the paint off. all looking all right. We get another couple of coats on it. And again, all nice. We get plenty of base coat on, and then lacquer it up tomorrow, and then we're about done then. So, right, I'll fetch you back in a bit. When you're doing this sort of work, you've just got to be patient. The hardest bit about this is waiting. So you want about, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 minutes, depending on how warm a day it is and how well it's drying, between your coats. If you start rushing it and your base coat isn't dry and you start putting another one on, you're going to get sags. So you've just got to be patient, let it take its time. I'm giving this about 20 minutes in between coats, just to make sure. And this is the boring bit, just sort of about waiting. Right, we're back again. As you can see, that's dried off nicely. It's time to get some lacquer on it now. Right, it's had its just coat and it's had its first decent coat. It's looking all right for what we're wanting. Same on the back here. That's looking all right in the corner there. And same here. It's all looks to be blending in quite nice, but you can never tell under these lights until you get it outside. So there's a possibility it'll want a light rub down with some 2000 grit wet and dry, and then a buff up with some G3 Farrow clay. But like I say, until we get it outside, I don't think we'll be able to tell in this light. So I'm just going to give it its next decent coat, and then that'll do us. Just hope I've got enough left in the tin to get all the way round. Oh, morning everyone. Right. Oh, this seems to have dried off nice now. So, a couple of jobs to do this morning. Need to get a spare wheel back underneath. Now, all that stone chip should be dry. And then get all the paper off it. Get all this plastic and what have you off now, demask it, and start getting it back on its legs. Right, you can see that's how she looks from out in daylight. It's alright to me. There's the other side. You can tell a little bit purely because the van's absolutely filthy. I think once it's all washed up and had a bit of a polish on it, not you'll notice any of that at all. Yeah, quite pleased with that. That should give me another couple of years on the van. The problem with these old vans, I mean, she's nearly 20 years old. I give a constant battle with the rust. So I would say every sort of 18 months to a year I have to do something like this, just to try and keep on top of it. Don't want holes forming or anything like that, so it all helps. Right, if that's been of any interest to you, or you've enjoyed it or anything like that, do give us a like and a subscribe. Share it along with anybody else that you might think is interested. It's all free, so it doesn't cost you anything. Right, I'll leave it at that and I'll catch you on the next one. See you later.